Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm very excited to give you all a walk around and tour of the 2023 GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate. The Denali Ultimate is a unique trim level in the sense that it gives you every single option standard on this vehicle and includes the following: a fully digital instrument cluster, Super Cruise. You do get a full panoramic sunroof in this one, as well as wood grain accenting on the inside. This one here does have a set of 22-inch wheels, and of course you do have the 6.2-liter V8 under the hood. With that being said, a huge thank you to Bob Thomas Pre-Owned, which is part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see, you have a couple of different functions here on the key fob, and the key fob overall is pretty nice and includes the following. You have your lock, unlock, remote start, trunk release, the glass release right here, and then your panic button. To remote start the vehicle is make sure the vehicle is locked, and double click the remote start button twice, and that 6.2-liter V8 will start right up. It will run for a few minutes before shutting itself back off, but if you want to turn it off before then, just double click the remote start function again, and it'll shut itself off from there. Starting off in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you have a very nice unique grille. This of course is special because, as you can see, not only is it accented quite nicely, your GMC emblem is going to be blacked out as well, and you kind of have this very nice blacked out portion here, which is typically in chrome. This of course lets you know that you have the highest of the high trim level when it comes on to the Yukon Denali. As you can see, you do have LED daytime running lights with LED projector headlamps, as well as fog lamps below. And because this is the Denali Ultimate, you do get front parking sensors as well as rear parking sensors. Checking out these wheels and tires here, we are taking a look at a set of Bridgestone Potenza tires on 22-inch wheels. These ones measure 275 55R 22s all the way around. Coming over to the door, as you can see, this vehicle does come standard with a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket, just come to the door handle, and it's pretty simple. Just tap this button right here, the vehicle will indicate unlocking, and the mirrors will fold out, allowing you to jump on in. Or if you want to go ahead and close the vehicle and lock it up, just do that. Tap the button again, the running boards will fold back into place, and the mirrors will close up. The exterior color of this one is finished off in black onyx with the Alpine Umber leather interior specific to the Ultimate trim level. Starting off here on the door panel, as you can see, you do have some soft touch material on top here, as well as down here as well. Like I mentioned, you do have this very nice wood grain material here on the door, which looks really cool. And it's also complemented by this aluminum piece down here. You have an aluminum door handle. Your power locks are here. Power mirror controls. This is to fold in the mirrors. Power windows. 2-person memory seating. Coming below that, you do have some storage here, as well as some more storage down here with your small cup holder. And of course, your Bose Performance speaker, your Bose Performance Series speaker here in the door jamb. Very unique animation. But to go ahead and start the vehicle up, this vehicle does have a smart key access system, and of course this also has your push button ignition. By having the key fob in your pocket or in the vehicle itself, just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. As you can see, the GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate does come standard with a fully leather wrapped rack and pinion power steering wheel with controls here on the left as well as on the right sides. You do have an attention monitor right here, your Super Cruise sensors up here. To the left of that, you're going to have your cruise control settings, forward collision warning and lane departure warning buttons here. To the right of that, you're going to have your hands-free Bluetooth and telephone controls as well as controls for the instrument cluster. As you can see, speaking of the instrument cluster, we're taking a look at a fully digital instrument cluster here with a lot of things going on. So as you can see, you have your current speed. It's going to show you your messages here showing, in this case, that the vehicle's fuel level is running a little low. To the left of that, you're going to have your average fuel economy, your odometer reading. To the right is going to have your drive modes, as well as your gear selector. Down below that, you have your coolant temperature, range to empty, as well as how much range you actually have left. And then to the right of that, you're going to have your battery voltage and your oil temperature. Now, as you can see, coming up here on the screen, we're taking a look at your current speed, but we can scroll through and see what's going on here, such as that, drive summary, trip one information, timer, tire pressure monitoring system, fuel economy average, driver assistance, oil life, brake pad life, air filter life, a blank page, as well as info page options. And if you go across, you're going to have speed, audio, compass, phone connectivity, as well as settings, which includes your display layout, left side information, right side information, lower gauges, info page options, units, speed warning, speed sign delay, head-up display, and much more. Coming over here to the right, we are taking a look at a 10.25 inch infotainment screen here, and it looks very nice. This is, of course, going to be the newer system, although not the newest system that you can get in the Yukon. In fact, if you go for, I believe, a 25 model, you will be getting the same system that's in the current Sierra at this point. But as you can see, for 23, you do get this 10.25 inch display, and it does look really nice. And as you can see, it's pretty easy to go through. You're going to have your sub-menus over here, which includes your Google Assistant, towing information, phone, navigation, your audio, and then your home page. And then here, what we're taking a look at is specifically going to be for your settings and stuff like that. So you have audio, maps, phone, Google Assistant, Play Store, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay, your different cameras, trailering, climate settings, Wi-Fi hotspot, rear media, Amazon Alexa, My GMC, Google Podcasts, Google News, as well as Waze. And as we come all the way over here, you can see, of course, what was playing on the audio system, and then Google Maps and all that stuff. So with that said, we're going to turn the radio down for any copyright purposes, but we're going to start things off here. Like I mentioned, this is your Google Assistant. This is going to be for your trailering information. As you can see, you can do a checklist, cameras, lights, as well as weight. This is going to be for your phone, where you can pair a phone to the vehicle's Bluetooth system. This right here is going to be your Google Maps, which is what this is based off of, and it looks very nice. As you can see here, I have all your different icons on the left. It includes your Google Voice, settings, audio, turn-by-turn directions, or in this case, point A to point B, and then any warnings or stuff like that. You zoom in and out, stuff is right here, as you can see. Coming down to audio, you have AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, news, podcast, Amazon Alexa, and USB. Let's say you want to go and check out what's playing on FM. When we do that, it's going to show the name of the station. It's going to show you the station. It's going to show you your presets down here, and it's going to be the same thing for AM as well as Sirius XM radio. Come back here. But you get the gist. And then coming down here is going to be your home page, where we just were at the very beginning. So with that being said, you know, overall, it's a pretty unique system in the sense that it's going to work, you know, quite well. It's not as comprehensive as the new 14.3 inch display that's in the Sierra and also in the newer version of this model, but it is overall pretty nice to check out. Now, with that being said, let's say we want to go further into the settings here, which is what all these are for. Let's say we want to go and check out our settings themselves. That's going to give you, of course, a complete rundown of different things in here, such as connections, vehicle, apps and permissions, date and time, display, sounds, users, and all that stuff. Let's say you want to go to your cameras. It's going to show you your camera system. Of course, you have a 360 camera in this vehicle. You do have different camera angles here as well, which is very nice. And the camera quality is pretty good. Another thing we can probably check out is going to be your climate controls. As you can see, you can control the rear climate in here. You can control the front climate, which of course includes your dual zone climate controls, your fan speed, auto, sync, and air conditioning there. Again, pretty nice to see. So stuff like that you can go inside and use and kind of make your own and all that stuff, which is pretty nice. But overall, it does look pretty good in general. So overall, that is a quick look at the infotainment system here in the 2023 GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate. Coming down below that, you have your volume knob and tuning knobs, your seat track buttons here, your home button here, a back button right there. Come below that, you have your dual zone climate controls here. As you can see, your controls for your climates are going to be right in the middle. This is your fan speed here. Below that, you're going to have, of course, your heated and ventilated seats for the front passenger. You can control the rear climate control from the front here, which is what this is for. And overall, it's a well-laid set of buttons. Come below that, you're going to have, of course, a wireless charging pad here, or you can charge via USB, in this case a USB-C or USB. And then over here, you do have an outlet, and you can even close this up to kind of give it a cleaner look. You even have two cup holders here, which is very nice. Close that up as well. And again, it kind of gives you that clean look of that unique wood grain material. Coming over here, you do have your 10-speed automatic transmission on the side. Put a vehicle into reverse. You do get a backup camera with guidance signs that adjusts as you turn the wheel. And of course, whenever your parking sensors are going to be letting you know what's going on, it will actually vibrate the seat for you to say, hey, you might want to pay attention to what's behind you. As you can see, you do have your different camera angles here, which all look really good. And as you can see, you do have a top-down view, a side-by-side view. This is going to be for your towing and stuff like that. So overall, pretty cool to see. And then coming over here to your glove compartment, it's huge and you have plenty of storage space inside, as you can see here. More than enough room for a lot of things, of course. And I love the stitching and material on the top here, as well as an area where you can put some small items like a cell phone, for example. Now, the seats here in the Yukon Denali Ultimate are some of the most comfortable seats that you'll ever be in. What I mean by that is that you do have this Alpine Umber color, which is very unique and exquisite to this trim level. As you can see, I love the perforations coming down here, as well as kind of the lining coming down in the middle, which looks very cool. You do have your Ultimate badge right across here as well, which is very nice. And a part of the Ultimate package, you do get speakers in the headrest, which is very awesome to see for the front and front passenger as well. So overall, a well-accompanied seat. You do get a lot of creature comforts. And of course, that speaker in the headrest is a pretty cool addition to this interior. Now coming over here to your glove box, it is dampened in a way, and you do have a decent amount of storage space inside. You do have your frameless mirror right here. Up here, you're gonna have controls here for your overhead lights, 3 garage home link. This is going to adjust the seats. This right here is gonna be your control dial for the trunk. This, of course, is going to be to adjust your visor. This is, of course, is to actually close the visor. You do have OnStar in here, Live Agent, SOS. All these work in conjunction together to get you assistance while you're on the road and stuff of that nature. You do have a visor here with a mirror as well as lighting. And then come over here to the left, as you can see, you do have your electronic parking brake here. You do also have controls here for your safety features, which includes your 360 camera, parking sensors, your auto stop start, you can turn it on or off, lane departure warning, parking sensors here, hill descent control, traction control on or off, heads up display, information, as well as your gauge limit switch here, full drive mode switch here. You do have your different drive modes here, gauge dimmer switches, and then this right here is going to be for your headlight and fog light controls and your trailer brake controller. Now, if we go into the different modes here on the screen, you have normal, Sport, Off-Road, and Tow/Haul. Pretty cool to see. And overall, I have to say, checking out the GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate so far has been a treat and very, very impressive to kind of just go through. And so far, I will say for 2023, it still looks really, really good to at least view this one in general. So with that said, let's go ahead and continue the tour of the GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate. Coming into the second row of the GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate, materials do carry through into the back, and as you can see, it does look really nice. First things first, as you can see here, you do have the Alpine Umber material here, very nice and comfortable. And again, you have that accenting here across where you're going to be resting your back. Really cool attention to detail here. I do love the stitching and the piping across the seating as well. It does look really, really impressive. Now, this being the ultimate trim level, you are going to be getting 2 TVs back here, which is a part of your rear entertainment system, as well as your 2 headsets back here. You do have your cup holders here, controls for your rear climate control. You do have heated rear seats back here. You have 2 USB-C ports here, 2 regular USBs here. And of course, this is in the setup of captain's chairs, which makes it easier to go into the third row, as you can see, which is currently down right now. This one here does have a captain's fuel filler, making it easy to fill up at the gas station, as well as an illustration of how to use it if you're using a traditional gas tank. The GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate does have LED taillights in the back. You have GMC across here, Yukon spelled out here, and Denali badge right there. Like I mentioned earlier, you do have your rear parking sensors, and you do have your quad exhaust outlet here. You do get an automatic tailgate. And as you can see, coming into the cargo area, we have plenty of room to work with here. First and foremost, with the seats being the way that they are, you're looking at right around 72.6 cubic feet of cargo space, which is plenty of room, as you can see. Now, let's say if the third row was up, we'd be specifically talking about this area here. And just this area here, you'd be looking at 25.5 cubic feet of space. But 72.6 is quite plentiful and is going to be more than enough for most people. Now, let's say the third row was up. You do have your cup holders on this side, as well as on this side. And then back here, as you can see, you have your controls for your seats to fold them up and down. And then underneath here, you do have some more storage space underneath, as well as some other items. You do also have your rear bumper protector back here too. And when you're done, tap this button here, and it will close automatically. You do have body colored mirrors with LED turn signals on them. Under the hood of the GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate, we're taking a look at GM's 6.2-liter V8. It produces 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. It's going to be through a 10-speed automatic transmission, and this one here is four-wheel drive. All right, guys, so sitting in the GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate, it is a very, very nice SUV. The fact that this vehicle is loaded to the brim with a few options and a lot of features standard makes this a compelling SUV for most buyers, and especially for those who want to spend money and want to spend it right and well. Now, with that being said, what I mean by that is that this vehicle has every single available option standard. You do have the fully digital instrument cluster. You have Super Cruise on here. You do have that attention sensor right here to make sure your eyes are always on the road. You're going to have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have rear entertainment for the kiddos. You do have those headphones for the kiddos as well. So that way they're not a distraction to you while you're driving, on a road trip, or if you're going to be going on a vacation. Stuff like that, really makes this vehicle compelling and a really solid choice in a full-size SUV segment. Now, with that being said, this one here did have only two options standard, or I should say available. The two options were the Super Cruise, which I believe was for $2,200, and for $500 was the Onyx Black color. So in total, this one had an MSRP when it was brand new of $99,145. So for essentially $100,000, you can buy yourself, new at the time, an SUV that not only came with all the bells and whistles, but with even more options as well. With that being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for this walk around and tour of this absolutely beautiful 2023 GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate, finished off with Onyx Black with the Alpine Umber leather interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.